So, guys, after this recent budget 2025, many of my clients called me and they had just one question in common that Rajat, now that there has been a substantial amendment in rebates in tax slabs, so which regime will be better for me, old one or the new one? Which regime will help me save tons of taxes? They were also of the opinion that there are multiple reels going around in the market, multiple tax calculators going around in the market, and none of them are complete in all respect. Some of them have some deficiencies, some of them are incorrect, some of them doesn't consider some of the critical changes which has been made, because obviously no one has the time to read the entire document. But then I thought to myself that okay, why don't I come up with a calculator which covers all of these aspects very carefully? So I sat down on the budget night and I started working on this calculator, and finally I'm able to prepare this tax calculator which I want to share with you all at no cost whatsoever. So first of all, in order to make sure that you are confident enough that this calculator actually works, what I will do is I'll give you a walk around how this calculator works, how I've made this calculator, which all formulas have I used. So it might be a learning for you in terms of taxation and Excel, and it's up to you whether you just want to watch the entire video. You can just use the link which is there in my description to get the calculator for free. Okay guys, let's start the video. So guys, this is the model which I have created. So this has two sheets. First is the information on how to use this particular model or calculator, you can say. And this model which I have created, I have put in the tax slabs and everything, considering that the user of this model will be of the age bracket under 60. I wanted to keep this very simple, so I've targeted only a single age bracket. So the step one is you need to enter your basic details like your income details, whatever you are anticipating in the next year. And then next is the deductions or the expenses which are there. You can just put in it, and automatically this model will give you an indication that whether you should be going ahead with the old tax regime or the new tax regime. So let me just run you through this particular model. So this is the model over here. So these all cells which you're seeing over here, which are colored cells, here you need to put in your data. Like here, the first cell is about gross salary. This is mainly applicable for salaried individuals. And over here, you need to put in your salary, which includes your HRA, perks, bonuses, everything. Basically, the form 16, which you get the amount which is there, the before the deductions and everything, you need to mention this particular amount over there, which is the gross salary. And automatically here we have populated the formula, and automatically this particular amount will be populated under the old tax regime and the new tax regime. Similarly, you need to put in your income from house property, but please make sure that you need to put in the net income from house property. I have not put in the breakup over here, otherwise this would have made this model very lengthy. And then we have the income from business. Again, the same logic applies here. You need to put in the net income. Then I have created these two tabs over here, which are for the LTCG and STCG. So this particular model will cater only to the listed equity shares and the listed mutual funds on which STT has been paid. That's the reason I'm only targeting section 112A and 111A, so that this caters to the masses. I am not capturing other natures of the LTCG and STCG in this particular model. Like here, you need to put in the details. Automatically, the exemptions will be deducted, and you will get the amount over here. And basis this, the tax calculation will be done over here. Then this is all about the first section which is there. The second section is all about the deductions and the expenses and the investments which you have made. The first section, the first part is the standard deduction. Here basically, if you have a business, if you're not a salaried individual, just put it no. Automatically the standard deductions will go away. Then you can insert professional tax, HRA calculation. You don't need to insert it over here. So when I will be uploading this particular Excel file, I'll be locking all the sheets where you don't need to do any changes, so that will not hamper the calculations which has been done in the model. And on the right hand side over here, here is the HRA computation tab which I have put in separately, so that doesn't becomes too clumsy in the main model. Here you need to select whether it is whether you are from a metro or a non-metro city, and you need to put in your rent details, HRA. And this particular tab, this is very important. Right now what I have done is I have just divided the gross salary divided by 12, and I have assumed it to be basic plus DA. But if in your case, if your basic plus DA is something different, you can just replace this particular amount. This cell is not logged. You can just replace it, and I have put in a note also for you. So yes, now here we have all the deductions, investments you need to put in. Here I have put in all the validation checks also, like your ATC cannot be more than 1.5 lakhs. In Mediclaim also I tried to put in some of the validation checks, and I have tried to put in most of the investment details. But if there are some other expenses or some other investments which you feel that should be there in this particular model, then what you can do is you can just put it in this particular cell. Automatically it will take into consideration in the calculation. Then here we have the calculations. We have just done a simple if, we have used a simple if formula to do the calculation, and we have used the latest tax slab. For LTCG, STCG, there were very rigorous calculations, because there is, I'm not sure if you know this or not, but there is a typical provision in the case of LTCG and STCG. So recently, if you'll remember, a few years back, if I'm not wrong, that is in the year 2016, 2017. So in 2017, there was a major amendment which came up in LTCG per se. So before 2017, all the LTCGs were tax exempt. But from 2017, if I'm not wrong, from 2017 onwards, the LTCG up to rupees 1 lakh only became exempt in a particular year. But more than that, everything became taxable, and it was taxed at 10%. But last year in 2024 main budget, the amendment came, and the limit of that 1 lakh exemption got increased to 1,25,000, and the tax rate of 10% also got increased to 12.5%. So this was a major amendment which took place, and I've incorporated that also in this calculation. And also one more thing, do you know that you will not get any rebate on LTCG? Like right now like in this like in this budget 2025, there is a major amendment which you must be aware of, that the rebate in case of new tax regime that has increased from 7 lakhs to 12 lakhs. So in this case, even though your income is less than 12 lakhs, but that 12 lakhs includes LTCG of say 4 lakhs, then you will have to pay tax on that 4 lakhs minus 1,25,000 exemption which you will be getting. On 2,75,000, you will have to pay LTCG at 12.5%. So many people are not aware of this, but and almost in all the calculators which are going around in the market, this mistake is particularly there. So try to capture this particular mistake. And also there's one caveat in this model, that if you have income which is below the basic exemption limit, then you don't actually require this particular model. So this is how I've done the STCG calculation. Now rebate was a big thing which I tried to capture over here, and the limit has also increased. And do you know that the rebate under 87A, which I just talked about for LTCG, it is not available. Similarly for STCG also, the rebate under section 87A is not available. Then I've calculated surcharge based on the latest rates, and I've also calculated this marginal tax relief. So do you know the concept of marginal tax relief? So marginal tax relief is basically, let's say you have 12 lakhs 1 rupee income. Yes, 12 lakhs 1 rupee income. In that case, there were arguments going around in the market. Many influencers also came out with various reels saying that if you'll earn even a rupee more than 12 lakhs, then you will have to pay on entire 0 to 12 lakhs. Well, that is not the case. Marginal tax relief basically means that, say if you are earning something, your tax cannot be more than your earning. Let's say if you have earned 12 lakh 50,000, and that 50,000 extra you are earning, and if say because of that 50,000, if your tax impact is coming say 65,000, then you don't need to pay 65,000 as tax. You need to pay only 50,000 rupees as tax, which is the income which you have actually earned. So that's the concept of marginal tax relief. So I've captured this also in this particular model. You can have a look at the formula also once I send it to you. This is a simple if and and formula which I've tried to capture across all the scenarios, all the calculations, so that even if you have earlier versions of Excel, it doesn't make a difference actually, and you will be able to use this particular model on your laptop. So I think that's all about it. On the right hand side, I've tried to create a brief summary, like what will be your tax as per the old tax regime, what will be your tax as per the new tax regime. Very strangely, these two are coming same, but ideally these two will not come same. And here you will get a small graph just a visual representation, nothing else. And here I have automated this statement also, and automatically you will get this statement that whether you should be opting for the old or the new tax regime, and how much tax will you be saving by going into that particular regime. So I think that's all about it on this video. So guys, if you really like this video, this is my first video on YouTube. If you really like this, just give a thumbs up, subscribe, follow, whatever you want to do. So okay, thank you so much. Bye.